Early next year, passengers flying United or Continental may start to see signs of the merger. Shareholders okayed the deal Friday. Joining John and myself over the phone right now is former chairman and CEO of United, Gerald Greenwald. He is now the managing partner and co-founder of the Greenbriar Equity Group. Jerry, so glad to have you with us this morning. Obviously an important day to speak with somebody with your experience. What do you make, first of all, of this merger? Is it good for travelers and is it good for investors?
Well, I think it's good for both. It's been a long time coming. I know that United folks especially have been trying to make this merger happen for at least 2 or 3 years. Even when I was the CEO, we considered that opportunity.
Does it suggest, Jerry, that there are more to come, more deals to come?
Well, there are a few of the big airlines now that look more like candidates for consolidation. I mean, the best example might be American, but I think it's not inevitable. American's plenty big on its own.
You know, the U.S. Justice Department concluded its antitrust review, obviously, but do you think this merger proves that you have to be a monopoly to be successful? Do you have to have just scale to make it work?
This whole issue about scale and the worry about antitrust, it seems to me the real issue is airlines, and I think shipping, maritime, are the last two industries around the world that are not free to compete across the world. It's frankly from an old era, and eventually it'll break through. But United cannot buy into, I'll pick one out of the air, Lufthansa, and Lufthansa can't buy into United, and it would be true of the Asians, and take the auto industry. Auto industry companies work across the world. Once that happens, no one's going to be worried anymore about how big a U.S. carrier is or how many of them there are.
In the meantime, though, Jerry, who wants to own airline stocks? There are a lot of people who don't want to own airline stocks.
Well, I think that's a valid question. I can only hope that those who have lived through the bankruptcies over the last several years, and I'll just say particularly with regard to the strong unions, will have learned that cooperation and partnership, management and unions is healthier for each of their companies. But historically, this sounds sarcastic, but it's true that this is the only growth industry that has figured out how to lose money over 50 years.
Jerry, do you think it's harder to be the CEO of an airline company now? Is it harder now than ever? Are you happy you're out of the business?
No, no. Some people laugh at me and say, "Why should we take your opinion? You picked airlines and automobiles as your way of creating a career." But I love both. I love both very much, I still love the airline industry, but it is a very tough industry to satisfy, as in make shareholders, investors satisfied over a longer period, because every time profits are generated, one or two bad things historically have happened. The unions have become too strong, taken too much off the table, or the airlines have bought too many airplanes and added capacity they shouldn't have.
Jerry, we thank you so much for the time.